Hi everybody, my name is Victoria and today I'm going to do the About Me book tag. I'm trying out a little bit of a new location as well. I am just feeling a little more comfortable sitting on the floor in front of my bookshelf, so if the background looks a little different, that's why. You're seeing the lower half of my bookshelf. And I've recently kind of reorganized some things, so I plan on doing a TBR shelf video of showing you guys all of my unread books, because basically what I did, I put all my unread books on this side and all of my read books on this side. And so I think I'll do maybe a mini bookshelf tour kind of soon, so you can see all of the books that I need to read and you can shame me into reading them. So I recently hit 100 subscribers, and so that's kind of why I decided to do this tag, because I don't think I've really done a video where I talk about myself and my life. So just to give you a little bit of background on me, this is the About Me book tag. Question number 1 is, what do you study and or what is your job? So I am a full-time music teacher. I teach elementary band to 4th and 5th grade students. And so that means flute, clarinet, saxophone, trumpet, trombone, percussion, tuba, band instruments. So that's what I do. And I also teach flute and piano lessons privately on the side. And I'm also a flutist professionally. I play in some orchestras in Southern California. And so obviously I studied music in college. I studied music education and music performance. Question number 2 is, what is your favorite social media channel? And by that, I'm assuming they mean YouTube channel, I'm guessing. So my favorite YouTube channels would be, well, we'll keep it to books first. So I really like A Book Olive, and Christine Riccio is what inspired me to make a booktube channel, because I discovered the big booktubers first. So you know, Catty-tastic and Jessie the Reader and Christine. So I still really like them, and I'm just so glad that they opened my eyes into the world of booktube, because after that I found a bunch of other people and found that it's not just young adult booktubers, it's also adult booktubers and nonfiction booktubers and every kind of genre of books. There's a booktuber that kind of specializes in them, and then there's people like me who try to just read a variety of things and are kind of just experimenting with their reading tastes. Some other booktubers I really love are Emily Fox, and there's like a million, and I'm of course blanking out right now. I also really enjoy Jen Campbell and Jean from Jean's Bookish Thoughts, and smaller booktubers, friends that I've made. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a list of booktubers in the description who I have been recently watching and following and been inspired by. Question number 3 is, if you had another YouTube channel, what would it be about? And I actually do have another YouTube channel. It's music related. Hi, kitty cat. This is Rosie. She hates me, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you go now. The kitty hatred is strong. I do have another YouTube channel. It is a channel for me to post some of my flute related projects. My goal of the channel was to post every week, but that's not obviously not happening. If you go to my channel, you'll notice I only have 3 videos up, I think. And none of them are very good quality. So I really want to work on that channel. I want to post more of my musical projects there, so I'll link that into the description as well. Question number 4 is, do you play any instruments? Well, obviously from my answers to number 1, you've probably figured out that yes, I do. I'm a flutist is my main instrument, the flute, and I play piano. That was my first instrument. My mom is a pianist, and so she taught me from when I was like 4 years old, and I kind of kept playing all the way through, I would say, middle school. And then once I hit high school, I started focusing more on the flute and sort of set the piano aside. I'm really sad about that, because I could be a much better pianist than I am. It's just because I took a really long break from piano, and then I didn't start doing it again seriously until probably college or like late college years, I started to actually start practicing on a regular basis and taking piano lessons again. So I would still really like to keep pursuing piano and get better at it. And then if you're a music education major, like I was, you have to learn a bunch of instruments. So I can play a little bit of most wind instruments and string instruments, although I'm not proficient at all of them. My best instruments are probably flute, clarinet, saxophone, and piano. Those are my best instruments. Question number 5 is, what hobbies do you have other than reading? Obviously music is a big one, and other than music and reading, not really a whole lot. I like to go to Zumba and yoga but I've recently been failing at going, so we're gonna work on that. We need to be healthy and fit, and I'm not either one of those things right now. So I would like to be physically active, but my job is really all-consuming. Teaching is just exhausting, and so I don't have much energy left at the end of the day after working with kids for 7 hours. So it's hard, man. It's hard. I used to be a big video gamer, but not so much anymore because I decided I wanted to just focus on reading more in my spare time rather than video games, because video games, while I enjoyed them, they are extremely time consuming and sometimes life sucking. So as much as I love video games, for my own health, I decided to cut it out of my life. Question number 6 is, name some favorite TV shows. So recently I have finished House of Cards. That was a pretty crazy ending. If you've seen House of Cards or are a fan at all, you know it's been hard in the new season with Kevin Spacey gone. I don't know, I felt like the season definitely floundered a little bit trying to figure out a plot without Kevin Spacey, but it actually ended up pretty good in the end. I thought the ending was really good. Other favorites are The Office. Is just, I can watch The Office forever and ever. Parks and Recreation is another one that is like a comfort show, and I can just put it on when I need comfort. I need something to take my mind off things. I tend to go towards lighter, happy TV shows. Friends is a great one. New Girl. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Oh, I saw The Crown recently. I really liked The Crown. Oh, Doctor Who, of course. Doctor Who is one that I love, although I'm hopelessly behind. I haven't watched like the last 2 Doctors because I just got behind. So I really need to catch up so that I can jump in. I really want to watch the new ones with the actress. I forget her name. Question number 7 is, what got you into reading? This is a weird one for me to answer because I've just been reading since I was a kid, and it's funny, no one else in my family really reads. It's not something my mom does. It's not something my dad ever did. My brother's not a reader. No one else in my family was really a reader except me, and I think I picked it up at school. I loved the library days we would have, and I would always check out books and always looked forward to time at school reading. If anyone grew up in California, at least in the public school system here, we had like SSR or whatever, where you would have to like read for 20 minutes of the day. Like everyone had to stop and read, and that was my favorite part of the day. So yeah, I have always been a reader from very young. However, I haven't started to read at the volume that I'm reading until I discovered Booktube at the end of last year. And so when I discovered Booktube, that opened a whole new world up for me, and I've been reading. I've read more books this year than I've ever read in a year already, and the year's not even over. So it has really changed my life. Question number 8 is, what are your favorite genres or your least favorite genres? And I am still kind of in an experimenting place with genres. I realized that I haven't read very widely. I've read like 2 genres mainly. I've read literary fiction and some fantasy. Oh, and classics. Classics have always been really important to me. I've read probably more classics than any other genre, I would think. So least favorite genres, I'm hesitant to say because I haven't really explored a lot of genres. I've always assumed that I wouldn't like romance, but I don't know, maybe there's romance that I would like, but that's always a genre that I've been like, I'll never pick up romance. I'll never pick up a romance book. But I have been picking up some books recently that have really strong romance threads, and I haven't hated them, although I have found some of them a little bit annoying. So I don't know. I haven't read many thrillers. I did try to read one thriller recently, and I had to DNF it because it was too graphic for me. It was very sexually violent, and I had to stop. It was a Karen Slaughter book, Pretty Girls. So I do want to try more thrillers. I feel like I would like thrillers if I find the right one, the right kind of thriller. Question number 9 is, what books defined your childhood? And for me, that would have to be two series. That would be The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis and A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle, or I think it's called the Time Quartet or Time Quintet, something like that. Those two book series shaped my childhood. They got me reading, they got me interested into series and fantasy. Unfortunately, I didn't read Harry Potter as a kid. I feel like Harry Potter I would have absolutely loved as a kid, but I didn't read it as a kid for a few different reasons. But I didn't read them till I was in high school is when I started reading them. But yeah, The Chronicles of Narnia is probably, if I think of one series that defined my childhood, it was Chronicles of Narnia. And finally, question number 10 is, tell us an interesting fact about you. I don't know if I have anything really interesting, but I guess I will say I have a very interesting family. It's just really big, and it's a lot of people who aren't actually blood related to me, just through marriage. I have tons of step siblings. I have like 6 step siblings, and then they're all married and have kids. So when we have family get-togethers, it's a huge amount of people. It's always a little crazy, but it's fun. It's fun. My parents got divorced and remarried late in life, and so we were all grown basically when our parents remarried, and so it's kind of like having a bunch of friends. They don't feel like my siblings because I didn't grow up with them. It's like having a bunch of friends my age or around my age at Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's fun. All right, I think that is it for me and this tag. I also wanted to let you know that I recently made a Twitter that I didn't have before. So if you would like to connect with me on Twitter, I made it just for Booktube so that I could connect with people on Booktube, because I realized that I've maybe been missing out on communicating with people that way. It seems like the Booktube community really communicates a lot through Twitter, at least some people do, and there's apparently things happening on Twitter, and I decided to try and become a part of that. So please connect with me on Twitter if you feel so inclined. I'll put that down in the description as well. Again, I want to say thank you for 100 subscribers. I am just flabbergasted that many people are subscribed to me, and I have just enjoyed every second of my time here on Booktube, and I look forward to more time on Booktube. And I look forward very much to connecting with more people and talking about books with more people. I hope you have a great day, week, month, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. I'll chat with you in the comments in the meantime. Bye-bye.